Yeah, we talked about this in length already in the previous podcast. So listen
Oh,
to that.
yes, we have.
So, but yeah, there's definitely a lot. I mean, it's because when I see you and I see like that you're where you're building grits, I definitely for me it's I see it sounds stupid like a younger like fan biz like where we were like the where we were starting where we were doing different styles we're discovering our own self. So it's like I empathize the struggle or challenges you go through, but in my head I'm like in the end it's like it really builds up to something even though it
It
feels like a lot of nothing right
does.
now.
It does. It does. It does really feel like it feels like a lot of nothing, especially when styles is not an easy thing to implement and to find within dancers that want to do competitions.
Mm,
It's very hard to find dancers that have already dove into popping, locking house, that already have a handle on it, right? So teaching and having people come in and work with the team with these styles is easy. The hard part is keeping that, because obviously like there's stuff at a certain level I want to do, but it's hard when the progress keeps getting
yeah,
reset because new members come, old members leave,
yep,
and that is probably the hardest part about this whole thing. But I know, because I've seen it, where I've seen people come from like not knowing a certain style to excelling at it, that if I do have the right people and I do have the right time, it's going to be amazing, you know?
when it comes to like when you're trying to get dancers into your crew or in auditions when you're auditioning people, what are the characteristics you look for in dancers?
Well, I would say that's it's a little hard because, well, I wouldn't say it's hard. I would say, as far as my next looking towards dancers towards this next audition, the biggest thing would be is just with work ethic.
Mm,
It's cool that you've been dancing this long. It's cool that you've done all this, but this stuff that we're going to be diving into is not going to be fun. It's going to suck, you know. And it's just who's willing to take it and who's willing to push through and who's not. I've had a lot of people take the easy route, and I've seen a lot of people push. And the cool part is you can definitely tell who does what because it shows in practice.
mm.
You
Oh,
know,
that's true.
it
Uh,
definitely shows in practice.
and I think we had a fun conversation about having an artistic director and all that stuff, and bringing on a team in the first episode of the podcast. But actually, what was the decision making point where you realized you had to make a team?
I had to make
Where you had to bring on like a board, so to speak.
I there is a time period where I was missing a lot of rehearsals, and because I was the only one that had the master plan, or like the only one like that had any idea what's going on or what's going to happen at rehearsal. I was like, well, I feel like I need to have like a backup just in case, because practices need to go on. We only have so many, and so I would look into, and I saw like, all right, who has the most potential, who's been at rehearsal, who doesn't miss rehearsal, who has shown that they're there and they're in it to win it. And then I started with one director, and then after a while, I realized like, okay, there's certain things I can't do, and one of those things is fashion and looking good and dressing a team. And every single one of my grits members can tell you guys right now, I have a terrible sense of fashion. So that's when I kind of
Like I can relate. I can relate
and
heavily.
and and that's when I came to the realization of making the board team even bigger, and adding artistic directors,
Like,
because my fashion, I have the same shirt in like seven different colors, man. I have no fashion.
how was that? Like, what was the experience for you when you finally developed a team? Were you stressed when it first like, oh, can I trust them, or was it like a weight off your shoulders, or what was the experience like finally having a
it
team?
was it was a big I would say it was a big weight off my shoulders, because there's just some things that they were able to do that I wasn't able. One thing that made Gris very hard for me was the fact that I was running everything off the phone. I didn't really have a laptop, and we had a lot of drive videos and a lot of paperwork, and I had Jamie for that. Like Jamie really helped a lot with that. Jamie had her laptop. Jamie dealt with the drive. Jamie dealt with all the media stuff, right? So stuff like that would definitely help because I didn't have to worry about the video. Jamie had the video. She airdrops it. She had the iPhone, right? Yeah, that's easy. She had access to the drive. She throws everything on the drive. So it was definitely a lot of less. There was a lot of stress relieved. The same thing with Erica and Gabby. Erica and Gabby were my artistic directors, and they helped, making goods look good. And even when it came down to working on a sweater, like I thought I had a good grasp on the making the sweater and designing the sweater. But holy hell, when I introduced the idea to Erica and Gabby, like Erica, I think it was Erica that had like a whole other, she had a whole nother level of understanding how to make a sweater. And it looked so dope, And I'm like, I would never have thought of that. I don't even know where you got that. I don't even know how to do that. So it's
what is this witchcraft?
and even if I said like, hey, could this be like smaller and could this be around here? And she's like, give me a second. And then minutes pass by and then she sends me another one. And I'm like, what the fuck is she doing? Obviously technology, I'm not a big technology person, so I know it's technology, but
the only technology that matters to us is video games.
Exactly. But no, yes, definitely bringing them along helped tremendously.
What do you like for dance? Because I know one of your goals ultimately is to, win Vibe. Do you have any like aspirations to go industry?
I mean, I don't really see myself as being like a.
Like you sure as hell have the height.
Yo, I have the height. I ain't got the body yet. I got one big issue. It's called this gut. But as far as like choreographing for backup dancers, no, I don't think so. Being a backup dancer, who knows? Because I know majority of that stuff is like they're looking for a certain look. So who knows?
They may be looking for someone long, tan.
You know what? The day that comes, I'm there. I'm there. But
in case you guys missed it, that was his Instagram handle.
That's right. 53 at the end. 53. Long 10 hands at 53.
He is the living embodiment of his Instagram handle.
I don't know about that. Because I don't know. Just touring would be cool. Touring would be a dope thing. But the thing is, I don't really have someone, because you know how people are like, who would you want to be a backup dancer for? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't really know anymore. I don't. Yeah. I don't. Yeah.
I miss touring. Like, I don't know if you do know, but Liz and I were part of Antics, and we got to tour as dancers without backup dancing. We were the stars.
Oh yeah, you guys did such amazing stuff with that. Yeah, I was crazy jobs.
Essentially, like what I aspire for us to do, and I'm pretty sure. And I know there's plenty of other crews doing it already. We're killing it. Like Royal Family, they're touring with their own show. So it's like these are like, that type of stuff. Touring is something I would love for us as a group to experience, because I think if you think going to a competition with your crew is amazing, imagine going to another state or even country with the people you love dancing with, hotels, a different city. Oh, it's an adventure, dude.
When we did the cruise.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a good experience right there.
An unreal experience, man. I definitely would want to do something like that. Like if Chris was to do something like that, I don't think, I don't know how we fit as far as like backup dancers. But shit, you want us to entertain? We'll entertain.
You never know, because the thing is, like, these crews now are like their own brands. GRV's touring. They did some backup with BTS. Royal Family has their own brand, so it's like we don't necessarily have to go the traditional route of like, going to auditions to make a name. If we're good enough, like if people are good enough, like we make the name on social media.
Yeah. Question to that though. Okay,